Well, no storms overnight, and this is the first time I've woken up without frost covering my fly. Last night while I was eating dinner, I could hear hooves moving around outside. Keep having an image of a moose trampling over me ever since I was camped in that moose bush a couple of days ago. It turned out it was deer. There were just deer all over the place. I had to spook them away a couple of times. I'm pretty careful about where I store my stuff, so my trekking poles and everything are right outside my door inside the vestibule, so there's nothing that they can get a hold of easily. And as I was saying, so I've got about 42 miles until the Creed shortcut comes back in, and then about 56 miles until my resupply access into Pagosa Springs. I should be okay on food just because I'm making an effort not to eat too much. And I'll be kind of on the dregs of my batteries, so that'll be good timing. So I'm hoping to make that in 3 days, but maybe 4. I've been hearing elk bugling off in the distance, but I'm never sure if it's actually elk or just hunters. It is apparently black powder musket season right now. It is astonishingly clear and calm this morning, which based on what I've seen the last week or so means that I am going to get absolutely nailed, maybe a tornado. I seem to have survived without any critter-related equipment damage. So I've heard twice now that the weather forecast had a 30% precipitation chance Friday, aka today. But those forecasts didn't predict the snow. I have 3 more dinners, and I'm hoping that 3 more nights out will get me into Pagosa, even if I have to go into town late. I'm perfectly willing to take a zero there. Looks like cheaper hotels plus a Walmart, and I can kind of do a full reset. I didn't shower or do laundry in Lake City, so things are getting a little on the ripe side, especially with all the sweating and rain gear. At least so far, the trail's been in better shape than I expected based on last year. Though apparently we had a bit of a rougher time of it last year than as usual, counting the bob and whatnot. The trail hasn't been marked everywhere. There's been a couple of grumbles on Far Out about, such and such junction isn't marked, but I double check my map every junction anyway. It does look like this section is topping out more in the 12s versus the 13s and doesn't seem to have those long exposed ridges. The thing that really slows me down is the climbs when they are just straight up, straight down. If I've got switchbacks and something reasonable like this, I can move significantly quicker. When I was editing yesterday's video, I kept being struck by just how spectacular the views were. I have to say this has lived up to expectations. Rugged and pretty. Could do with a little less bitterly cold wind, but hey, what you gonna do? I have been noticing I am missing the sense of, I've come through so far. That usually gives me a lot of energy. At the start it's, I'm doing this big thing, and then you get like 500,000 miles in, you're, oh my god, look at what I've done, and I get excited to finish it. Versus here, I'm still a little under 300 miles, so it feels like I've been out here a while, 3 weeks, but there isn't that kind of grand scope. But as I've probably told myself 100 times, I got really lucky with the PCT and the ECT, just being able to do, purest continuous footpath like I wanted. And at least this confirms that I prefer doing things where I can go A to B within a season and not coming back and just picking up bits in the middle. It is also kind of a nice change to not have a ton of time pressure, since usually I've got plans after, or I'm butting up against the end of the season, so I'm always worried if anything's going to knock me off trail for any length of time. I get loath to even take a 0, never mind a double 0, unless I really, really have to. I always get excited when I come out to a big meadow, because I'm used to doing early season trips in the Sierra, and meadows are where I would see all the bears. You would look over something like this in the Southern Sierra and see them rooting down around in the ground, and you could sit there and watch them for however long you want, since they can't detect you until you get a lot closer. Hey, backpacker friends. Pretty sure there was a hunter back there too because I found a teepee. So tired of this never-ending bloody wind. Finally got a break from the wind. Not sure if it actually died down or if I'm just on the right side of the mountain, but I'm trying to enjoy it while I have it. Okay, this is Squaw Canyon, which is my 15-mile mark. Only 3:30, so I should be able to get over at least that next ridge line there. Pretty down here. Fortunately, it looks like I might be up on the ridge for a while. Somebody's maintained this section. Fortunately. One of the things I really enjoy about hiking out west is being able to see, where I came from and where I'm going. That window at the beginning of this shot is the thing I was passing at sunset yesterday. Oh, that was fun. Six o'clock, and once again, I'm ready to keep going, but this might be it as far as reasonable campsites without having to jump off the ridge. I'm going to be stuck up this high. I'd really prefer something protected. There was a far out note about good camping here, but I think sometimes people came through in less windy conditions. Okay, not the best campsite I've ever had. Oh, man, that cough. Ground's a little lumpy pretty much everywhere, but I figured out something that'll work. I am really looking forward to when I can just go until I'm completely done right at the end of the day. Because, again, I would have gone for another hour or so. But I don't want to be up there in the dark necessarily. Home sweet home. So I have about 38 miles left till Pagosa Springs. Counting tonight, I have 3 dinners. So that should work out just as long as the weather holds for 2 more days. All the overgrown brush has just been playing havoc with my legs. Unfortunately, the only thing I have that I can use as pants is long johns, and I don't want to shred those.